Lesson 42 of A Course in Miracles. God God is my strength. Who is my strength? Vision is his gift. Let's begin by closing our eyes, emptying your mind of everything that was made up, and repeat, God is my strength. Vision is his gift.
Yo.
God is my strength. Vision is his gift. God is my strength. Vision is his gift. Mm.
God is my strength. Vision is his gift. The idea for today combines two very powerful thoughts. both of major importance. It also sets forth a cause and effect relationship that explains why you cannot fail in your efforts to achieve the goal of the course. You will see, because it is the will of God. It is His strength, not your own, that gives you power. And it is His gift, rather than your own, that offers vision to you.
Yeah. Anyone else wants to read? Go, Robin.
God is indeed your strength, and what He gives is truly given. This means that you can receive it anytime and anywhere, wherever you are, and in whatever circumstance you find yourself. Your passage through time and space is not at random. You cannot but be in the right place at the right time. Such is the strength of God. Such are His gifts.
Beautiful.
We will have 2 3 to 5 minute practice periods today. One as soon as possible after you wake, and another as close as possible to the time you go to sleep. It is better, however, to wait until you can sit quietly by yourself at a time when you feel ready than it is to be concerned with the time as such.
In these practice periods, by repeating the idea for today slowly, with your eyes open, looking about you. Then close your eyes and repeat the idea again, even slower
Wow.
than before. After this, try to think of nothing except thoughts that occur to you in relation to the idea for today. You might think, for example, vision must be possible. God gives truly. or God's gifts to me must be mine because he gives them to me.
So close your eyes for a moment and see if you can find some relevant thoughts to these lessons. To see what comes to you. No effort is required for this. Just close your eyes. Vision is my natural inheritance. God's will only gives.
I am still as God created me.
Vision is gift from God.
Beautiful.
I receive gift from God.
I am here only to represent his vision.
Beautiful.
I hear only the voice for God.
Mm.
I share God's vision.
God is in my heart, always.
God loves me like crazy.
Yay!
He's my dad.
I don't have other deity than God. He's my everything.
Yeah. uh, whatever thought is clearly related to this idea itself is suitable. You may, in fact, be astonished at the amount of course-related understanding some of your thoughts contain. Let them come without censoring, unless you realize your mind is merely wandering, and you have let obviously irrelevant thoughts intrude. You may also reach a point where no thoughts at all seem to come to mind. This is really interesting. In such interference, when there's no thoughts, right, occur, open your eyes and repeat the thought once more while looking slowly about. And then close your eyes. Repeat the idea once more, and then continue to look for related thoughts in your mind.
Remember, however, that active searching for relevant thoughts is not appropriate for today's exercises. Try merely to step back and let the thought come. If you find this difficult, it is better to spend the practice period alternating between slow repetitions of the idea with eyes open than with eyes closed. Then it is to strain to find suitable thoughts.
There is no limit on the number of short practice periods that would be beneficial today. The idea for the day is a beginning step in bringing thoughts together and teaching you that you are studying a unified thought system in which nothing is lacking that is needed. That nothing is lacking that is needed.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing is included that is contradictory or irrelevant.
Mm. God is my strength. Mm. Vision is His gift. Mm.
God, won't you stop by today for a visit? I could use your strength.
Mm.
I'm very weak. You could just sit down in the parlor. You could tell me how to help me.
Mm.
Reach out to me. Hold me. Hold me.
It's done, my son. Mm.
God and I are one. Vision, peace, and joy
Mm.
are his gift.
Mm.
So today's practice is 2 more longer practice periods, about 5 minutes long, where you just sit quietly, repeating the idea to yourself slowly, and then even slower. And a short practice periods today are as often as you can manage. So you can put that in your inner diary, the inner reminder to practice as often as possible. And it will show you your dedication. Oh, beautiful. All right, so that's the end of this particular lesson. And today's Sunday here and Saturday where you are. And today we have a little check-in or check-out. So if there is anything that I would like to share, how we're going with the lessons, what's occurring, anything to do with what we're doing here every morning, this is the time to share, or this is the time to go.
The last couple of days, I have really been noticing that I'm believing that I just can't get anything wrong. It's just not possible. It's, you know, I was listening to someone and I heard them talking about, I heard the I am mind, and it really kind of was like a light bulb moment. And I thought, oh my God, that's right. You know, I am, we are all mind. And so that means I am mind. And it just really seemed so far removed from this body, and it just really became clear that you know, the ego identity and who I truly am are just so far apart. And so I've actually let a lot of things go. Yeah. You know, and I've woken up this morning with a really sore eye, a sty in my eye. And I just think, oh, well, whatever, you know, doesn't matter. It's the body's just doing what the body's got to do, and I don't care. So, yeah, I'm feeling quite happy, very happy. Thanks, Cole, and everyone.
Thanks, Robin.
Just for learning purpose, just for teaching purpose. 1996. What Dennis expressed a few minutes ago, that was my prayer. 1996. I was in pain. I was immersed in fear. I didn't know what else to do. That was my first time giving myself to that power. I notice my mind was in blank. I didn't have any other thought than I just want to rest. I just want peace. And after being years, months in fear, in pain, but that was my first time letting it go, everything. And that's when that feeling, that peace embraced me. That was 1996. What I did, I didn't know what I was. I didn't know. But later, through the practice of forgiveness, through the practice of Course in Miracles, Course of Love, that's what I did. I emptied the mind. And the only thought, the only desire was, I just want to be with you, Father. And boom, from deep inside, from the core of my being, I start to feel that peace, that joy. And that was the beginning of the healing of the mind. So that was 1996. 2020, 3 years ago. That was the last one. I was in the same position. But I wasn't in fear. I wasn't in fear. I was in peace. Healing came to the mind. And yes, because I knew it that I'm healing the mind, not the body. And same thing, I had to give it away, everything. I was diagnosed with cancer, phase 4 terminal cancer. And I'm like, I knew that I had to heal the mind. I did the same thing. Same exercise, like Cole telling us. every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes. God and my Father are one. Every 5 minutes. Chemotherapy is going through the veins. My Father and I are one.
Mm.
Love is going through the mind.
Mm.
So I'm here only to represent him.
Mm.
So thank you. Thank you,
Thank-
Dennis. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Samuel. Oh yeah, it's just clapping. Okay. I didn't know what to say. Beautiful sharing. Wow, man, that's fourth stage cancer, huh? Wow. Amazing. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. Beautiful. How many of you guys got yourself a timer?
Have a timer.
Someone said they use an app. Which app do you use?
Well, there's several. You can just go on whatever your provider is and just type in Course in Miracles Remind or Reminder. And there is quite few of them.
Okay.
Has anyone got the Remind, ACIM Remind?
Yeah, I do.
I
Do you
think I
know
do.
Do you know if you can change the sound that it gives you?
Yeah, you
You
can.
can.
Where do you go
Just-
for that? I can't figure it out.
There's one choice in the bottom for settings. So
Yeah.
it's at the very bottom in settings. At the very top of settings is sound.
Okay.
And if you just push on the arrow to the right, it brings up
Oh my
the
God.
whole
It's so flippin' obvious.
It's okay.
Oh,
It took me a while to get used to this app. It's so simple. I'm
yeah.
expecting it to be complicated and it's so
Yes.
simple.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Thank
and
you.
you're welcome. The other thing I found with this one is the frequency. They have preset. Sometimes you get messages saying there's too many.
Yes.
And then you just change either your interval or the number. You change the end time is what I usually do just to make
Yeah.
it work. I'm
Thank you.
amazed at, you're welcome. I'm amazed at what a difference it makes. Doing the
Yes.
10 minutes, holy cow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just so great. I love it. And
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
my
Yes.
family's starting to accept it. So
Well, I have hearing aids and it, with Bluetooth. And so the timer goes off in my hearing aid and no one else hears it. So it's perfect.
that is perfect.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Isn't that incredible? Isn't that incredible? Like,
Yeah.
it's just until you really experience it, that every 10 minutes you get reminded or whatever the time you can set. Sometimes I had even like 5 minutes, like being totally mad. And seriously, yesterday again, I just started to crack up. And I had a friend here. We were reading Course of Love in the afternoon, and then that would pop, and we were already pretty much in an amazing state of being, and then that would come on top of it. Oh, God goes with me wherever I go. And I just could not stop laughing yesterday. Every time that bell went off, it was just such a cracker. It becomes more the experience than any kind of theology, or it's just that profound connection. It's just a profound connection that builds up by repetition. So if you haven't tried it yet, really, that's like a game changer, particularly if you've done the lessons before. And now you start doing with a timer, you will realize that you've never really followed or could follow the instructions. Beautiful.
I have a question for the group, actually. I've got a sim remind here. It says €6.99. Is this app free or is it paid?
If it's ACIM Remind, there's a small fee. It's like $8 one time.
Okay, so that must be the right one then.
Yeah, you can also find few that are free if you need to. Just keep looking. There are few. Some of them are a little cumbersome, but I try them all just for the good sake. And just keep looking.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Mine cost $10 like 8 years ago, and it was the best money spent ever.
What do you use, Carl?
What do I use?
Which one do you use, my love?
I use it says Course in Miracles.
Okay.
I don't know, darling. Are you on the messenger?
Yes.
Well, on a messenger, I send a picture of it. So if you scroll
Oh,
back,
okay, I'll have a look.
you'll see it's like a blue thing with my name
Thank
on
you, my
it.
love.
So that's the one I use. I don't know if you can download that one anymore, but there are many.
Thank
So
you.
find one that appeals to you the most. Bye,
Bye.
Robin.
Bye, darling.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
It is such an amazing commitment, this thing. Just to be here on time and everybody's here is such a profound feeling, isn't it?
You know, like you said that you said earlier about God loving us. I'm so grateful that God loves us is so crazy and so much. And he's so madly in love with us.
Yeah.
Unbearably madly.
Unbearably. And it's so humbling and so wonderful and beautiful.
Excited.
So Dennis, God loves you like crazy. He can't live without you.
I just wanted to share that this is my first
time in this, well, it's 6 a.m. for me, which was quite a, I'm awake at 6 a.m., but I'm not fully awake at 6 a.m. And I do the lesson quietly in bed. But it's been beautiful doing it with you all. And I feel just wrapped in love and held in the embrace of you all.
Ah.
I'm so inspired and motivated. Because I have that app, but half the time I don't switch it on or I ignore it, or there's a lot of stuff going on there. And I'm really struck when you read the lesson about you may reach a point where no thoughts at all seem to come to mind if such interferences occur. And I thought, that's an interference?
Yes.
No thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of
Interesting.
a good thing. It's very interesting. And I've been thinking about that, how the ego mind can just put a screen there.
Because life is thought. Like we are thought of God. And so there is a certain quality to what we don't realize, that everything's divine. Every word you say is divine, but we had no time to feel it. We don't have time to experience the word. Like if you say God, you say it the first time, it's somewhere in your head. But then say it again, say God, and wait what happens. So your will, you have a will in you, and that will begins to manifest what that means. That's the revelation. So when we slow down and we repeat, we stay with the word and say God, the God begins to reveal itself through experience. That's why we call this series, Seek Only the Experience and Do Not Let Theology Delay that moment. Because we could theologize this book until cows come home, and it's like a disease.
A thinking disease. Yeah.
So, and you can get very confused. People talk like out of their asses virtually, and there's no experience behind it. It's got to reverberate you. It's got to move you. It's got to ignite like every cell even in this body. Body is a learning device which will vibrate in the speed of light if there is light. That's how it teaches us. It becomes alive. It becomes, like the Course of Love calls it, the elevated self of form. We begin to vibrate differently. Yeah. And there are thoughts, and those thoughts ignite into the next. But we have to have this will, and that's what the at-one-ment requires, that we become one with our will, which is God's. It's not even surrendering my will to God. It's not necessary. It's more about I surrender to the will of God that's in me, that's given by God. And when I surrender to her, what I call her even, because she's the one who manifests, who is the birther of creation. She's the revelation. She reflects those thoughts. That's why we need a thought that ignites an experience. So I am the light of the world. It's not just a line. It's something that reminds me. If I keep repeating it, it begins to happen. Like, I'm like, oh, this is the light I am. It's an experience. It's not something we can even talk about. Because it comes and it's beyond words. It's beyond explanation. It's this unbearable lightness of being that takes over, and it takes over, and it takes over. And then we found ourselves in this brand new place. So these lessons need to be deeply felt for them to make sense. That's why he says, slow right down. So you have time to feel. Did you hear a bell? No. My lesson just went off. My reminder. God is my strength, vision, is his gift.
Thank you for your wise words.
Thank you. Yes, seek only the experience. Mm. And I also like to talk to this word called vision, because it took me a very long time to hit me what that vision really is. And it's similar to, like, you know how we have thoughts and then we have imagination. We have imagination, we have feelings. Anybody here has feelings?
Yep.
We have feelings, and when we truly feel them, when we truly allow those feelings to be felt, they also create some kind of a form of like imagination, but it's not visual, it's tactile. It's like that's the vision. You begin to actually see without these eyes. You will just see a brand new world. And that's what vision is, that which helps us to see the kingdom of heaven, which is within. That's the kicker. Like it's like this little apparatus that has to have feelings in order to function properly. And when it does, it begins to, I call it like feeling images. So I call it imagery, for the lack of the better word, because it's like a sense of oneness that it brings in, like that absolute connection to God that's just unmistakable. So we see with this vision, which is not, the God, like the voice for God. Also, people sometimes wait for words to come, but it's like an experience of unspeakable love. And it is ignited by thought, but it's not exactly that thought. So it's pretty crazy.
Mhm.
What's the beauty of it is that if I have this and someone else has this, we begin to as if feel each other in that place. And that's how we unite in oneness. We begin to feel each other. It's more like a feeling thing than just our thinking about other people. It's a unifying field, electromagnetic field that joins us into this exquisite oneness, which we often experience when we get together. It just comes as a default mechanism, just kicks in and you just go, oh God, I forgot for a second. And then you're bathing, and then the next thing is to get used to it because it's so delicious. And how you know it, you one with God, it will always smile you. It always just does. Puts a smile on your face. That's how you know it. You're home. It's like, oh, where was I for a while? So yeah. And it's I love that line too. It's like, if such interference occurs, just open your mind and repeat the word so you get ignited. Because people, like it says, course says, you can sit in meditation for hours and accomplish absolutely nothing. Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is helping us reorient our thinking in such a way that we begin to ignite that inheritance within us. Da-da-da.
It's like having a baby, a newborn baby.
Yes,
I
that's it.
remember when I have my baby, my God, I was at work thinking about the little thing. I wanted to come and hug him all the time. That's what it is. I'm
Yeah.
like, and my baby is just a thought, but it's full of love. And I found out that with these lessons, every lesson represents my son. Every lesson now is my family. And I treat them with respect like the baby. I listen to the baby. I listen to this lesson, and this lesson embrace me and say, God is my strength. Vision is his. And it's proven, you and I, there's not difference. You are a thought in God's mind. I am an idea in God's mind. We're one. My God. Wherever I go, my family goes with me. Anyway, thank you. I'm complete.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right,
You know,
then.
Totally
Thank you
beautiful.
all for your amazing beauty. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
thanks,
Cole,
everybody.
darling, am I able to let someone know
No
of
one
this group?
wants to go.
Yeah, please share about the group. This is an open group. People can come. If you have days you can't come, don't worry about it. It's nothing. It's just we're always here.
Mm.
And is there one particular link I share or?
Yeah, that link that gets you in here. You can share it with people.
Cool. Thank you. And to listen back to it, where do I go to listen back to it?
Well, every time I put it on Messenger, I send it on
Okay.
Messenger, the recording. So if you're in that
Okay.
application, then you will find all of it. And I'm also been recording for fun these lessons really slowly. I don't know if anyone of you found it. I read them extremely slowly in a very feeling slow way. So I'm putting them in for a while too, and then you can get a playlist, and if that talks to you. Because I looked everywhere on the YouTube, there is hardly ever anyone reading these lessons just like Jesus says, just read slowly, repeat it slowly. Everything's like da 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 da. Yeah, avoiding the experience, you gotta slow right down. So I thought I'm just gonna record them in this very meditative, slow mo.
So where can we find these? Do I need to be messenger with you?
Yeah, I'll add you, Annie. I know I got your messenger. I'll add you to the group. Yeah.
That's Kevin.
Yeah.
I don't know about Dawny though. I don't know if Dawny's is you in the messenger group, Dawny?
I think so.
Okay.
I think there's the one that Chantal posts in every day. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, my love. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what time is it?
What time is what?
What time is it in Australia, my love, when you meet?
7 o'clock, 7 a.m.
Thank you.
And for some...
And 6 a.m. where Annie is.
6 a.m. where?
I'm in Brisbane.
Oh, okay, so what time would it be for Melbourne?
Same as
7.
It's 7 o'clock.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's almost 2 p.m. here.
That's
Where are you?
2 p.m. Saturday.
Did you ask him where he is?
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't call.
oh, I'm in Arizona in the United States.
Oh,
Arizona.
Beautiful.
Really beautiful.
Yeah. All right, beloved. We'll see you in 23 hours from now.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
So amazing. So much love.
Thank you, guys. Much love.
Love you all.
Love
Bye.
you.
Have fun.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Ciao. Bye. Ciao. Ciao. Ciao.